So I can pick one of those?
Yeah, they're all yours.
Okay.
So which one back and pick them up?
Yep.
We all good? Thanks for joining us. Who would like to kick us off? Anton?
Sure. First off, Sarina, just what was your reaction to tonight's game and result?
Good results. 3 goals, keeping the nil. Lots of players on the pitch. So we used all the substitutes we could use. You can tell the depth of our team because I could even bring in other players that would have an impact on the game too. So that's good. I think the first half we played well, but we created pretty much chances, didn't score. But we needed some more depth in the game too, so more runs behind. I think we did that a little better the second half.
You asked for ruthlessness. Was that ruthless enough tonight?
Well, I think when you win 3-0, it's enough. I think when you go into the Euros, we need a little more ruthlessness.
I just want to ask about Frank Kirby. How long do you think it will be, or how many matches or minutes will it take for her to be fully match sharp?
Yeah, we don't know. We're really happy that she's with us and she's going really well. She started training with Chelsea at the end of the season, and we take it day by day now. We make a plan, and then we see how she comes off training every day, how she recovers, and so far it has gone really well. So she's really happy, we're really happy, and we don't say you have to be there and there at this stage. We just say, okay, we're here now, what we're going to do tomorrow, and we have a plan in place, but we take it day by day and then adjust where needed. But we haven't had to be, we didn't have to adjust yet.
Fine, just a personal question, if you don't mind. Obviously, the players wore a black armband today for you after your family bereavement.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Yeah, well, it's they have supported me so much, and they wanted to. The captains came to me to ask me if they could wear this. So it shows that there's such good human beings and the togetherness of this team that we support each other. So I thought it was just a real great gesture, and I think my sister's proud of them. Of us.
Thanks, Anton. We'll go to Emma at the BBC, please.
Yeah, hi Sarina. Congratulations on the result and lovely words there. Yeah, I just wondered whether, obviously when we spoke to you earlier in the week, you said that perhaps finding your first starting 11 was something that you would be looking to work on. I think a lot of this team tonight was probably one that, certainly us in the media might have expected. Does that kind of mean that you're perhaps a little bit closer to knowing your starting 11 already, just even after tonight's game?
Yeah, well, the competition in this team, I said that yesterday too, the competition in the team is really high, and we have opportunities for many players. Now we're just also looking for connections and different, we can use different qualities in different positions. So, we're getting a little closer, but it's not all set. We have still two matches to go. So see what happens. Things can change really quick too. That's what we know too in top sport.
Yeah, and obviously Georgia Stanway playing in that midfield role with Leah and Kira, who we've obviously seen together now a few times. How did you think those connections were, particularly just with those kind of three in
Yeah.
the first half in particular?
Yeah, we have to get used to each other a little bit. So we've tried before, but not very much. And yes, it's a little different, and you could tell sometimes what we have to, get used to this and change to this situation and this shape, and then change a little bit. So we need a little more time for this.
Thanks, Emma. We'll go to Molly at the Times.
Hi Sarina. Does it feel like there's a real belief in a momentum in the squad at the moment? Because even in that first half when the chances weren't going in, nobody kind of let their head drop or anything like that. Does that put you in a good place ahead of the tournament if you're in that same position again, to have that confidence to kind of keep going and that the goal will come?
Yeah, I think, we have this plan when we play, and yes, of course we want to score the chances, but as long as you don't concede one, you have time, and we also say that we create the chances, we dominate the game, and then you have to have patience, and the chances we create, there comes a moment that we do score that one. So we want to score it earlier, but we just look at the things, how do we execute things, and it's just in the final third, again, we have to be a little more ruthless.
And
Yeah.
you actually bring on?
Yeah, yeah. So I think we have a squad of 23, and you could actually bring in all the players. So yes, I hope I don't get a headache, but in this case, I want to get lots of headaches. Yeah.
Thanks, Molly. We'll go to Sophie at goals on the ball.
Hi, Sarina. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you.
I was just going to build on Emma's question about the midfield because they seem to play different roles in the transition. So whether Leah sat back a bit or Georgia went forward or vice versa. So is that what you mean when you're talking about those connections?
Yeah.
Knowing when to go and come back?
Yeah, yeah, and that needs, that's nice about teamwork. That when someone takes action, another player needs to take another action or another movement. And when you haven't done that so much yet, then sometimes it needs a little more time.
Sure. And you talk a lot about the connections of your players and the relationships that they build on the field. When the subs came on, do you feel they made those connections immediately?
Yeah, I think so. I think that what you see a lot when you sub lots of players, that it's a little more chaotic, and that was not the case in this game. So and I think that's pretty good because they were ready to go. They knew what they had to do, and they could just execute it. So I thought that was really good.
Thanks, Sophie. Go to Simon at the evening stand.
Sarina, on that ruthlessness thing, is that something that you develop mentally, or is it a technique thing, and how do you go about changing it?
Well, you want to make it better, so you train. Then we talk about it. We watch video clips and say what could we do. The final third is the hardest part too. So you just talk about the execution of football actions and how you get connected and how you could solve problems there. I don't think it's a mental thing. I think it's execution thing.
And just on Jess Carter, how close was she tonight, and what sort of situation with her fitness?
Yeah, she was. She came out of the season was a little more tired, so we built her up a little slower than all the other players, because we want her to get ready for the Euros. I think she will be ready to play next week.
Thanks, Simon. We'll go to Ian at the Daily Mail.
Thanks, Sarina. What do you think has been the main tactical change you've made from the England team that you inherited?
From last year to now.
Yeah, from when you took over, what's the main change you've had to introduce?
Well, that's a hard question because I wasn't there before September 1st. Yeah, so that's hard. I just when I came in, I just asked the players where they were, and I knew because I'd seen them play before that the level of the team was already really high. We just tried to add some things, and get clarity in the style of play, which is not really totally different from what the team was used to, but added the little things. And we have talked a lot about communication because when you're in a team, you need to communicate at all times and collaborate. And doing things together.
Thanks, Ian. We'll finish with Sandra at the Sun.
Congrats on the win, Sarina.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. In terms of Chole Kelly, how do you feel about the progress she's made since she's come back into camp and what you've seen of her? I mean, what are your thoughts just in terms of that journey she's been on?
Yeah, I think she adapted really quick. She's enjoying it. She hadn't been with the team before, so we had to share some information, what we did and what we expect from her. And I think she's doing well. And it was good that at Man City she already started to play, of course, which is good. She built up playing minutes there, and then from the start here, we build her up. We continue building her up too, and she's doing well. And the competition in the team is just really high, so it's very nice to work with the squad.
And then with Netherlands next week, what kind of threat do you think they'll pose to your players in the games of next week?
Yeah, well, I'm still in the Belgium game now. I don't know something from the Netherlands at all. I'm just kidding. No, I'm really in the Belgium game now. So we first do Belgium game, and then we get started with the game against the Netherlands next week.
Thanks, Sandra. We'll take one final question and then we'll end right at the back.
Hi, Sarina. Looking forward, how important is it for the Lionesses to do well and for the Women's Euros to be a success for the development of the women's game in this country?
Yeah, I think we can give the development of the game a real boost. I think this whole tournament will. the game is improved so much from 2017 till now. I think there's so many countries that are really good, and the competition is going to be real high. I think we're going to get very competitive games. But yes, we can. We want to do really well, and the longer we stay in the tournament, the more people get involved, I think, and the more fans will get proud on us. You can already tell that all our games are sold out, which is really nice. So yes, we can absolutely have a big impact and being role models for young kids and starting to play even more, or even more young kids start to play football.
Thanks for your question. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
Any phones you want to take?